Thank you so much to Yashiro Nene for a nice comment. He was so cute. And don't forget, if you want to be featured in the next video, leave a comment in the comment section of today's video. Bye! So let's imagine Garner Bakugo, who was probably recommended to you by his mom and who you never actually speak to at first. Because whenever you pop out to check on him, he's either storming away or kicking at the grass as you try to make conversation with him, always acting like your presence inhibits his work in some way, despite how he nonetheless answers. Albeit rather gruffly, all of your midly phrased question about this and that as he goes along tugging at whatever plans also needs his focus. However, when you do get to know him, even though he still calls you a bother and trips over his mean words, he also spends way too much time trying to explain to you how your tomatoes are doing or which bushes need trimming the soonest. You tried to walk away from this conversation too, and Bakugo's calling you right back with her, and your plum trees needs pruning to idiots. As if he doesn't already know that he could do almost anything to your garden without explicit permissions. As he just wants to stay talking to you for just a little bit more. Besides, his shift isn't over until noon, so he might as well make use of the time. Buy him a little paper plants to pot to, and he gets 100% more invested. Spending close to hours teaching you how to take care of it when he's not around, secretly enjoying watching you fiddle around in the dirt and look to him for approval. And on the day when you don't have time to talk to him, unable to sit at the edge of your planters as you work, he still looks for you through your windows, never missing an opportunity to stare at you, do your laundry. Sometimes in tiny clothes, not gonna lie. Take off your jackets in your room, shirt riding up, or even just fill up a water bottle in the kitchen before settling it outside for him too. Gardener Bakugo brings along his friend Midori and Todoroki to help sometimes too. Todoroki spending the entire shift with your flowers, saving everything he has to weed out in a pile just to give it to you, and Midori peeling off his shirt the moment Bakugo makes him take over lawn mowing or pool cleaning duties. Bakugo makes them get matching shirt after that just so Deku can't do that anymore. You know the scars make anyone's melt. Needless to say though, when your cousin brings over her daughter one day for lunch, you're not the only one staring in. Yes, this makes the boys start showing off. Not that they weren't already. But how did it all start? It was probably something like that. Gardener Bakugo, who knocks on your door like he's trying to rip it out from his rings, scrolling down at you the minute you open it. Like the few minutes it took to get you to the door was an inconvenience. And God, he's big. Filling up the doorway with those broad shoulders of his, towering over you and making you crane your head back just to look at him. Here you got some ugly motherfucker to get rid of. He grunts, glaring holes into you, and you just blink, staring blankly back. His old tie shirt and well-worn apron, biceps bulging from his sleeve, and you think, oh God, did I accidentally hire a hitman? Sir, I don't. You're sweating now, fidgeting, and it seems like the more you fumble, the more his eyes darken. Maybe you got the wrong house? And you realize that was absolutely the wrong thing to say. Because his chest puffs up, happily curling back from his teeth like he wants to bite you into, and you vaguely think of casket and what flower you want on them, shrinking back. But he suddenly pushed away, and mop of green curls fills your vision. I'm sorry about him. Gachan's harmless, I swear. You hardly doubt that. What with the curses and flying harms you see in the distance, but honestly, you could cry from seeing this new guy's sunshine smile and dirt speck freckles. My name is Izuku, by the way. Izuku holds out his hands, still beaming at you. You're grasping and, oh, although this guy isn't as big as the other one, your neck doesn't hurt looking at him, but his hand still dwarfs yours. Thick-fingered and rough. You can feel the callous scratch on your skin as you pull away, and the flush crawls on the back of your neck. Did he explain who we are? Izuku says, and when you shake your head, it looks a little exasperated, but not surprised. Figures. Well, Kachin specializes in wedding and printing. I specialize in all things loan related. And, well, Shoto, Izuku stepped to the side, and you see a slim man with big colored hair and a scar on his face holding back. Kachin, was it? And looking entirely blasé about it. Specialize in flowers and trimming. Izuku finishes, eyes shining, and you have the strange urge to just reach over and pat his head. May we start on your front yard? And you look over at the spinning and cursing Kachin, Shoto, who you think hasn't blinked this entire time. The sparkly-eyed Izuku is looking at you expectantly, and you think, fuck it. What's the worst thing that can happen? You realize real quick and real soon that Bakugo kisses like a sailor. You called him Kachin once, and can you really blame you? He didn't even properly introduce himself, and he's letting out sales expletive that you're pretty sure are illegal in some countries. And it doesn't stop there. He's kneeling at your doorway, snarling and ripping and cursing at wits like they owe him money. Don't you need a tool for that? You asked, and he scoffs, somehow looking down his nose at you from his position on the pavement. Only bitches need that thing. He brags, holding up a dirty hand like it's an accomplishment, and you just slightly smile and walk away. Echoes of shitty words at your back. You have to admit, he's very meticulous and only takes away what is unwanted, leaves the surrounding area undamaged. Your eyes catch Izuku mauling you alone, and you can't help the way you just stop and stare. He is shirtless. All that tan skin on display, muscle tensing and jumping as he pushes the mower, and you feel the tip of your hairs grow hot. When you had given Izuku the okay, he was already ripping off his shirt, tucking it into his back pocket before you had even touched her mower. You remember how Bakugo has instantly rolled his eyes at the side, sneering at him. A solo was doing that. He groans, tossing his head back. It's not even fucking hot. Shadow finally blinks. He does it for the tips, don't he? He intones, vaguely impressed at how your eyes had immediately glued themselves to Izuku V-line, and you had choked out an excuse to get back in the house. Izuku catches you looking, giving you a smile and a wink, deliberately, flexing now as he waves as you run away cause you're a coward like that. Shadow is near your porch, tending to his spiral bushes, and you notice his way of working is very unique. He gets in close, trimmed like a centimeter of overgrowth, and then he stands back and stares. Hover and hover again, until he dims. It's satisfactory. You can't really complain though, hard methods it may be, because it still makes good progress. You can't help but walk up to him, try to shake up his serious expression. He keeps staring so hard the leaves will fall off, you know? You tease, but he turned just to you like he's actually considering it. Really? He says, and then he's furrowing his brows, softly bowing at you. I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention to do that. You're flaming on your arms now, pushing at his shoulders so he can straighten up again. Joke! It was a joke! You sputter out. I was just kidding. Shadow's expression smooths out. Oh. Is what he say. And he doesn't look mad, but you feel so bad you're running to the house to grab him a glass of lemonade. That proves to be another mistake, because Bakugo already making a fuse when he sees it. The fuck? How come only Siri get a glass? Siri? He says I sound like a robot. Shadow supplies. This is blatant fucking favoritism. Bakugo yells, slapping the wall with each word, and you think, this is my life. This is happening right now. Izuku is looking at the commotion now, and he's waving to get your attention. May I get a glass too, miss? He asks, smiling so sweetly and cutely that you melt a little. Huh? And apparently that just pisses off Bakugo off more, because he's storming over to where Izuku is and shaking him by the shoulder. Why do you need one, huh? So what, you can spill half of it on your shirt so you goddamn slut? Izuku is just bluff, petting Bakugo like he's some unruly cat. Shato looks on, sipping at his lemonade. This is really good. He compliments. Well, we all know that Deku is being certified the ladies' man of the group. He's so sweet and nice that all the wives who hire him love him. So giving them a free show is the least he can do, right? Well, when it comes to you, who Bakugo's been gardening for a while now, this whole Magic Might display is practically unacceptable. Who said Deku could encroach on his territory? Who gave him permission to do anything other than mow the lawn? Everyone, so he thinks. No, he just does it to be nice to the ladies or give them tips. But still, when you just start looking, because I mean, who wouldn't? Bakugo goes mad. But you're totally right. The moment Bakugo's shirt come off and he sees you peeking through the kitchen's curtain, all his worry are assuaged. Deku may have a fan club, yes, but Bakugo is way more authentic and smug about it too. And thinking about it, it's also like Bakugo know what he's doing when he calls you over when his shirt is off, noticing how you brought shirt straight up and your hair practically stained on hand. You hand him the water bottle and he's purposely questioning you, trying to prove he can also make you squirm. What are you fucking staring at, huh? And all you can do is stand there and shake in your sleepers, trying to deny it. But let's be honest, it doesn't work at all.